A former North County contractor who was paid for work he didn't do faced his accusers today. Then a judge sentenced him while his former accomplice says she's also a victim.
Plus training for the worst case scenario.
You always have to be ready and be lethal for that eventuality.
Only 10 News was there as Marines deployed from San Diego for a massive exercise in the desert. But first, a former North County contractor owes thousands of dollars to more than a dozen people. Team 10 first exposed Mark Morningstar 2 years ago after people said they paid him for work that never was completed.
Today, Morningstar was sentenced for his crimes. Team 10 investigator Melissa Masiha is here with an interesting twist in this case. Melissa.
Yeah, Kim, one woman spoke briefly at the sentencing hearing, but it wasn't someone that Mark Morningstar did work for. Instead, it was his girlfriend who claimed she is a victim too.
You can't please all the people all the time, and it's just, you just can't.
That's what Mark Morningstar told Team 10 back in 2017 when we first questioned him about several customer complaints and questionable business practices. But prosecutors say what Morningstar did was criminal. Monday, he faced a judge, sentenced to 5 years behind bars. He admitted to 2 felonies of grand theft, using personal identifying information of someone else, and failure to file a tax return. Morningstar also punished for 2 misdemeanors, including contracting without a license. Victim after victim over the last couple years told Team 10 they paid Morningstar for projects including landscaping and kitchen remodels, but they say he never finished the work. His girlfriend, Maria Miowies, previously pleaded guilty to her role in the scheme, 2 misdemeanors for contracting without a license and failure to secure payment of compensation. Monday, she approached the judge saying she is also a victim.
He will not be living with me when he gets out, whenever he does get out. He has used my social security number.
Morningstar didn't say much, only agreeing that he understood the sentencing condition.
You got it.
Included in that sentence, nearly $28,000 owed to 13 different victims. And the judge said he can be released after 2 years in custody, and he will get credit for time he's already served. The judge said Morningstar has to rethink the way he approaches his life. Melissa Masiha, Team 10.
Thank you, Melissa. 3 families have filed claims against the company that runs the San Diego County Fair after their children contracted E. coli this year. One of those children died. It was determined the children got E. coli after visiting the petting zoo or interacting with other animals at the fair. The families argue the illnesses could have been prevented. In all, 11 children between the ages of 2 and 13 contracted E. coli after a trip to the county fair this year.
The man known as the bolder-than-most rapist will be released from a state hospital under supervision. A judge ruled today to release Alvin Quarles. Now, he's been locked up since the 1980s after a jury convicted him of several violent rapes. The judge's decision was met with anger and tears by some of Quarles' victims. Quarles had initially been slated for release into the East County community of Jacumba Hot Springs, but no location for his release was set today.
Only 10 News was there as a massive training exercise took flight from San Diego today. Marines from Miramar, Camp Pendleton, and Yuma, Arizona are about to fill the skies over the desert. 10 News reporter Cassie Carlisle joined them and shows us how they're preparing for any scenario.
The goal is to ensure the Marines and sailors are ready if they need to move hundreds of troops and supplies fast.
Gearing up, Marines at Camp Pendleton preparing for Exercise Summer Fury.
It really stretches all of the muscles for all of these different units to support something big like this.
1,300 troops across the Southwest are putting into action 3 months of planning. A training almost twice as big as they've completed in the past.
Gives the 1 Marine Expeditionary Force an opportunity to work together and practice kind of large-scale operations like this in preparation for wherever the Marine Corps may send us in order to defend the people of the United States.
This particular mission, take over an airbase and secure it as a supply route.
Not that we're necessarily planning for anything like that, but you always have to be ready and be lethal for that eventuality if it may come.
Dozens of aircraft meticulously coordinated to take off in waves.
The MV-22, which you see spinning back there behind us,
the crux of 2 weeks of training.
It's fantastic. It is absolutely great to be able to see all of these disparate communities come together the way that they're supposed to, the way that they're designed in the Marine Corps to support the warfighters of the 1st Marine Division.
Dozens of Marines loaded up amid the thunder of the CH-53E Super Stallion, taking off on their mission.
Once they land in 29 Palms near Joshua Tree, they'll be going through training in a mock town similar to what they could see overseas. Then they'll be coming back home on Wednesday. Reporting on Marine Corps Air Station Camp Pendleton, Cassie Carlisle, 10 News.
Investigators are working hard to figure out why a man opened fire on a food festival in Northern California. He killed 3 people, including this 6-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl, before police shot and killed him. Police have identified the shooter today and are combing through evidence, looking for a motive. They say that they're poring over his social media posts and say the number of them they regard white supremacy.
CBP agents arrested 7 undocumented immigrants from Mexico early this morning after their boat landed in Carlsbad. CBP said the men brought their boat ashore at Ponto State Beach about 6 a.m. They were all taken into custody. They will be prepared for deportation. And a Lemon Grove City Councilman hopes that somebody saw whoever attacked his wife outside their home this weekend. David Arambala wrote on Facebook that somebody, quote, brutally attacked his wife while she was taking out the trash. He added the attacker opened the gate to their yard and hit his wife in the head with a block of wood. Investigators say the attacker ran off. His motive is a mystery, and neighbors say they've had issues with people wandering the area while high on drugs.
A few incidents where people walking up, they're in their own little zone and yelling and screaming. It really shouldn't happen. It should. That type of stuff, just there's no place for it.
10 News has reached out to Arambala. We have not yet heard back.
The San Diego County Board of Supervisors will discuss $12 million, which a jury just awarded to a North County man who suffered brain damage while in San Diego Sheriff's custody. The UT reports that David Collins sued the Sheriff's Department after he was arrested in 2016. The suit argued that rather than let paramedics treat Collins, deputies instead took him to jail, where he fell and hit his head. The suit said that he wasn't treated for hours, eventually leading to brain damage.
Investigators are working to piece together why an unregistered, uninsured box truck burst into flames in Vista today. The driver told officers he fell asleep before the crash on Gopher Canyon Road about 6:30 a.m. He was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Police say trucks that big aren't even supposed to be on Gopher Canyon, and now they're trying to find the company which they saw operating this truck illegally.
Flags are flying at half-staff outside the Capitol in Sacramento tonight in honor of a CAL FIRE firefighter who died after a training exercise. Yaroslav Katkov was from Escondido and worked with the San Diego Division. He was on a training exercise with his crew this weekend when he suffered a medical emergency. He was taken to the hospital in Temecula but passed away this morning.
Well, a Good Samaritan jumped into action to help an elderly man stuck in his car on the 52, even leading first responders to him.
Over here! Over here!
Well, that Good Samaritan, Arizona Stone, said that he spotted something unusual by the highway about 10:30 last night, a small light and smoke near the road. A car had rolled off the highway down an embankment. Stone called 911, but the crews couldn't find the crash and moved on. And that's when Stone investigated, found the crash, and comforted the man until flagging down first responders.
I was holding the door open for him. I wanted to get him out, but the car was too rocky. So I popped the door open part way, and then I ran up top trying to signal.
Well, the man was taken to the hospital, but he didn't seem to be seriously injured. And now Stone hopes to reunite with the man that he helped rescue.